In this video, professional sports creative Juan Morales, who works full-time for the NHL, is going to take us behind the scenes of some of his craziest edits and show us how the magic is made when it comes to making amazing Instagram videos.
Let's cook. Let's get it.
What's going on? My name is Peter Sarellas. I'm a videographer and editor from Toronto, Canada. I specialize in sports videography, and this is Juan Morales. Juan, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Juan. For those who aren't familiar with me, I am also a sports content creator out of Toronto, Ontario, and I do the same thing Peter does. I make videos for sports on the internet, and I have a lot of fun doing it. I'm very lucky to do it full-time. I'm full-time with the NHL right now, and we're going to be breaking down some of my videos.
So Juan's picked out a couple videos for us that are both a little bit different, but both equally exciting. We're going to start with one.
Yeah, so Connor Bedard, if you aren't familiar with the name, is kind of like this next hockey phenom. Our marketing push at the start was like Connor, like as much Connor as we can push. And after his first week, he had a goal, he had a couple points. Not really like the craziest intro, but to the season, but we kind of just wanted something to highlight his first few games. In his first week at the NHL, they got to play against Sidney Crosby in the first game.
That's
so
crazy.
Something like I've just saved because it was a fun video to work on and a challenge too at the same time.
Okay, well, we're going to split a pair of wired earbuds here to listen to it because it's the only way I could link it up with the setup we have here.
Looks like we'll get a little close here.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
Everybody knows about him.
It's been a while since I watched this, but like rewatching it now, it's the audio was like something I'm really proud of, like the music, the tension, but also like the transitional audio.
One of the most hyped players.
Yeah, there's like lots of little sound effects and like all the cuts have like audio to go with them. And there's always some sort of ambient audio in the background, which I like a lot.
Every sound has a purpose, and every action has a sound correlated.
That's sick. I love the photo. The photo
It's
effects.
been a fun thing to do this year.
Yeah, I feel like that's been a theme for a lot of your edits.
He's just so fast. Like that's why he's like so quick and he's so dynamic. Like when it's fun to do that stuff for these athletes.
That's a great game hype. It was obviously a fast video. Like, is that just your style when you edit? Like, you just cut fast videos, or did you make a point of making this video really fast because like he's a very fast player?
That was
on
kind
the
of
ice.
it. It's like I wanted to showcase his speed and his skill through the edit. I could make a slow motion kind of, edit. But I think with him, like he's so quick on his feet, he's so quick with his hands, his mind processes the game at such a high level. And so like for me, it's like you want this to emulate that and showcase that. So that's why I did the high-paced edit. But also, like I said, I kind of had a lack of highlights. It was only 4 or 5 games of footage we had from him, and he had 1 goal and a couple of assists. If I'm cutting through things really quickly, I can use the same shot multiple times from different angles and kind of hide the fact that like I'm only using like 3 games worth of footage. So it was kind of intentional in terms of his personality and ability as an athlete, but it was also me kind of having to be a good editor and having to understand how can I make a 30 to 60 second video with very limited footage.
I also noticed watching this back now, you didn't actually use any highlights from him. Like everything is just pre-game stuff and then him just like standing on the ice
Or skating
for
through.
the first like 25 seconds of the video.
Because the reason for that is, again, like I can show you the goals off the rip, but then I can't show them after. You know what I mean? You can't. So like this was also meant to be like tension builder. The start's very slow. The start is very intentional. You see him kind of preparing where he is. It sets the stage for the video and who he is as an athlete.
Do you like inspiration when you like do sound design, or like where does that come from?
So the sound design, there's a few. There's not like anyone specific I watch, but like I think I saw some F1 sound design video while I was editing this, and so I kind of took inspiration from that. But I think really when it comes to sound design, it's like once I have my track, I then say, okay, every action or cut in the video should have a correlating sound. So like when he's loading up the puck and shooting, like maybe if I slow down, like at the end, like he scores, and then I like do like a like one of those sound effects. For me, it's not really inspo. It's like how can I enhance everything in the edit? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of like car videos out there that do really, really good at sound design, but it really is just trying to mess around with whooshes and booms and deep like sounds to like accentuate everything.
How much of this footage did you shoot? And then like how much is from other shooters from like high quality cameras like Sony FX3s and things of that nature?
Yeah.
And then how much is like broadcast?
So I didn't shoot any of this. This is all we have access to a bunch of broadcast footage, obviously, at the NHL. So I would say that 70% of it is broadcast footage, and then the other 30 to 40% is footage from our productions team. So a lot of these clips you're watching, like this one right here, like that's broadcast. I can point out the ones that aren't though. Like you can kind of tell.
You can tell for sure.
Yeah, you can tell for sure. And then we have the stuff that was shot by our DPs, like this one right here of him on the bus. That's not a broadcast shot. This stuff right here, all the slow-mo stuff. Yeah. This was all shot.
Do you make a point of leading with all that stuff?
Yes, because it looks nicer. Yeah. It looks really pretty. It looks really like it's eye candy, right? Versus like if you just open on a broadcast shot, it's kind of like, So I'm lucky and very fortunate that even though I can't be out there shooting this, I have people who are shooting this with Arri Alexas, FX9s, FX6s, like really freaking good cameras. In the edit, you then combine the broadcast footage and you combine the cinema camera footage, slap on a couple of effects, and makes it look as cohesive as possible.
Can you talk me through the photo flash? If you can just talk me through like the way you assemble that.
My kind of mindset is trying to find a bunch of photos that have him in the same position, his head or something in the same position, depending on the action that I'm wanting him to do. If you were to play this later, through it, you're going to notice that I have his head and his face roughly in the same position the entire time I do that sequence. So it really is, the process is going on Getty and finding, I think I used like 10 photos and I just rotate through the photos. 10 photos with a similar body composition, like a photo composition essentially. His body and his head are the same place. I will go and kind of frame it and mess around with the opacity to make sure that the size and the face is all in the same position.
Oh, so you're changing the opacity of these photos? Not all 100%.
No, they're all 100% visible. But when I'm organizing it, like the one on top is like slightly more opaque, so I can kind of position it like a little bit, just so I make sure that they're all the same size. All his face is roughly the same position every single time, and then I give him like maybe 1 or 2 frames of each photo and just rotate through, nest that, and then add a zoom so it's coming towards you. So not only is it like, but it's also moving towards you. So that was kind of my process there. It takes a long time to find the right photos, especially when, like, again, it's his first week, but there was like a million photos of this kid.
Can you speak to some of your like philosophies or like strategies for like when you're doing videos with fast cuts and how to like make a video with fast cuts where the video still seems cohesive and like smooth?
Yeah, I mean, a big part of it is the track. I think you have to find the right music that allows you to do it. But I mean, you were just about to talk here, and I'll kind of explain it as we watch it. When I'm doing those fast cuts, I'm really trying to do one of two things: match cut everything. If he's taking a shot, I'm cutting with something else where he's taking a shot. If he's deking somebody, like there was just a sequence there, he's taking like just cutting. It can even be the same clip. Like through the NHL, again, I'm privileged because I have the opportunity to get every single angle of every single highlight. But like for one goal or one shot, I may have 6 or 7 different angles at different speeds, at different places. So it's just like showcasing multiple cuts of the same action in various ways is a really easy way to do those easy cuts. And that's the whole thing, is like I want the viewer to like keep watching this and not have a moment of like,
yeah, absolutely.
Brother, like
just because you're cutting fast doesn't mean you can cut any random shots.
All the cuts are intentional. I had all my footage beforehand, and I knew very well, like I had the music and I listened to it. I'm like, this is where I'm going to do fast cuts, and then I collect everything that makes sense in that place, because then if not, it's just a jumbled bunch of footage and it doesn't look as good.
All right, Juan's going to break down one more video for us. Obviously, the last one was more of a mixtape style hype piece. This one is a little bit longer, not too long, but more of a storytelling type of piece. So we're going to listen to it right now. Let's put in our cozy wired earbuds again.
Do you want me to give context?
And give this a listen. Yeah, if you can give some context, that'd be great.
So some quick context on this video. Another one for the NHL. Austin Matthews had a ridiculous year, scoring 69 goals. And the story with this is I actually had this video cooking for a while. He was on a ridiculous pace. Like, he's probably going to hit 50 or hit 60. We don't know if he's going to hit 70. And this is the thing, like when you work in sports, you have to think ahead of it. There's so much.
Yeah.
Think ahead of what could happen. And at one point in the season, people were like, he's going to hit 70. Like, I had the audio of this video built out for a month, and then I started collecting all the goals, and then he slowed down, and then all of it. And then he hit 60 and we were like, awesome, but let's wait and see with 2 weeks left. And he just went on another tear. So I was continuously re-editing it, the fun and not so fun part, where it was done and then he kept going. It was interesting because I had to make it as cohesive as possible with 69 goals, but also...
So how annoying is that he couldn't put one more back?
Oh, dude, the last game he was trying so hard. And I was like, I had it ready. Like, the video was done. All I had to do was put the goal in and hit export, and the game ended. And then I was like, hey, it's done, 69. And he is him. That was the point of the video. So,
okay.
Yeah.
With that in mind, let's give this a watch.
He'll center it. Back it goes to Timmons. Shooting. Matthews. There it is. Number 60. The ninth player.
So we started it here at 60, because we're like, okay, like this is the he scored 60 before. This is the next milestone.
Has been for at least 3 years, if not more than that.
We haven't seen anyone crack 70 since Alexander McGillney and Timo Solani did it.
He's the best goal scorer in the league right now.
You're really using audio to like tell the story.
It's all world building. That's the thing, man. It's like with these videos, you can make them look good, but if it's just music and stuff, it doesn't do it. This has to be a story.
Since he entered the league, nobody has
And the
scored
text
more
on screen
goals.
is just kind of showcasing him doing it in different ways, and then literally quoting the audio.
On the planet.
Yeah, it's like keywords popping up on the screen to go with the audio. It really helps on like the social media when people like
It keeps attention.
half the time don't even listen to the audio, which is so sad.
Nylander whipped it across. Riley. Marner. And now scores. Austin Matthews has 69.
And then he played another game and he couldn't talk. And that's the video.
I think it was so smart to just like start it at 60 because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people's when the text off the top is great because then it just like establishes what this
Shout
video
out
is
my
gonna be.
boss. My boss Curtis loves text off the top because it does grab your attention.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm very like, but it's true. It's very true. Like it sets the precedent. This is what this video is about.
It's like if I did a YouTube video and just didn't intro it off the top.
Yeah.
But I love how you started at 60.
Yeah.
Because why would you start at 1? We know this guy's gonna score like 50 every
Yeah.
year. So like and like the hockey fans who this is audience is for, like they know that. So just start like where it gets interesting.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like he scored 60 before. He did it maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think. So he's already hit this marker. Like, you know, there's only the next step, which was getting close to 70, and he was just one away. So it was starting at 60, and that's, again, attention grabbing. Everyone will remember that's when he scored 60 this year. 60 is a number that not many people hit.
I know we talked about this for the footage for the last video. I'm seeing mostly broadcast in the middle. That was obviously a cinema
That was
camera
actually
shot.
me, and that was one of my
you.
favorite shots. If you want to play that back, that was one
Yeah.
of my favorite shots of the entire year. This was actually one of the very few Leafs games I got to shoot this year. This is one of my favorite shots. And I remember I got to this spot 3 minutes left in the game and TV timeout. And I remember I'm like, I'm going to run down because I have a feeling. I just had the feeling they were going to tie it. And just the right place at the right time. He scored that goal and then he celebrated right in front of me. Like did a little are you not, what is it?
And are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained kind of vibe? And he did it like right in my face and the fans went crazy. And it's like one of those like right place at the right time moments, and like it fit perfectly in this video, and it's like one of my favorite shots ever. The other important thing here, the entire video, he's a guy who's very emotional. He gets very fired up. If you play back the video, like there's a whole section of him just yelling. And that's the other thing too with these kinds of videos, like storytelling wise, part of his flair as a goal scorer is that he gets so fired up by playing. I did my best not just to do the goals, but to get the celebrations, get the emotions. And that's a really big thing I pride myself on with my videos, whether they're slow, whether they're fast. I want the emotion to come through. I want you to watch this and want to run through a wall, you know, kind of like how he would do for his career. My process for videos like this, whether it's the Bedard one, whether it's this one, anything I do really, period, audio comes first. Story is everything. I think you start off in this line of editing and creating videos looking for the eye candy. That's awesome, but it means nothing if I can't follow it. I could put all these goals, kill the audio, and just have music. It looks great, but who knows what the video is about. Right off the top, I'm spending time, like I spent like maybe a full day or two building the audio track, getting the music, cutting it exactly to what I wanted. This is a minute 15. It's a long video, but I found the music, I cut it to what I want, and then what I end up doing is going on YouTube, going through our archives and pulling out, downloading videos, pulling audio bites about him, his career, being the best goal scorer of all time. And then it's also the goal calls too. Like it's not just like this analyst stuff and stuff you hear on the radio, but it's like when he's towards the end of the video, you're hearing the play-by-play. A really big thing for anyone who wants to get into this line of work is like, don't be afraid to spend as much time, or if not more, on the audio and the story building of your video.
Yeah, and you can see it with like a fully finished product like this. That's way more than just the visuals. Juan, thank you so much for coming on the channel today and breaking down some of your best edits. They were so engaging. Let everyone know, where can we find you?
Thanks, man. No, thanks for having me on. If you guys want to find me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, my handle is 77J Morales. You can just look up Juan Morales Creative here on YouTube. Hopefully, Peter will link it down
Yeah,
below.
Juan's channel will be linked below along with all of his socials. Juan posts a lot of great sports videography content on YouTube as well. So if you like my channel,
trying to be like this guy.
if you like my channel, I think you're going to like his channel, which is what I was trying to say. So go subscribe to him. And if you like this channel, then please subscribe here because I post videography and video editing tips and tutorial videos similar to this on a regular basis. I want to start featuring more other cool creatives as well. So if you have any ideas for who you want to see next, or if you want to tell us what you thought about these videos that Juan showed us today, go drop it in the comment section.
Yeah, drop questions.
And yeah,
I'll
go
be
check
there.
out Juan's channel. It's really worth a like, it's worth a watch, worth a subscribe, I promise. And we'll talk to you in the next one. Peace. But to listen to it, we have to monitor it through there.
Yeah.
But we can't both. Oh, we can split a pair of earphones.
That's gonna be funny. Let's just do that. We're gonna get a little close here. All right.
Wait, what do you want me to call you? Juan Morales, who works for the NHL, is going to take us behind the scenes of some of his craziest edits and show us how the sauce gets cooked. I hate that line.
Let's cook. Let's cook.
Oh God, we're gonna try it again.
That line cooked you.
Yeah. No,
Want
I'm
to do
not.
that one again?
I'm not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was awful.
In today's video, this bozo is gonna teach us how to
Right.
make videos.